Welcome to Thoroughbred 360, insights, stories and strategy from the commercial world of thoroughbred racing with your host, Bruce Slade. How good have we got racing in Australia? Seriously, a reminder that we have $105 million plus races on our calendar each year. That is $2 million races every week, or $2 million plus races every single week. And that saw us, of course, go from that rich Melbourne Cup week straight across now to West Australia. It's all happening in the West now for their Pinnacles Carnival. It's a full month of racing over the Pinnacles. They've got 5 big race meetings. Last weekend, this weekend just gone, we saw the $1.5 million railway. Next week, we've got the $1.5 million Winterbottom for sprinters. The week after that, we've got the $1.5 million Northerly 1,800 metre race. And then the week after that, the Gold Rush, $1.5 million again over 1,400 metres. So how good. I mean, just proper rich prizes for the best horses in Australia. This time, focused in West Australia. So there's opportunities for everyone, everywhere. And congratulations on Saturday to Grant and Alana Williams. Gee, they can train. Obviously won premierships there before, built a public stable now, and they quineled the big race in West Australia on Saturday, along with winning a couple other big feature races too. So congratulations to them, and also Ridgeport Holdings, who had the winner of the railway. Ridgeport put a lot of money in across the eastern states and the western states. And nice to see them get a big Group 1 on Saturday. Also of commercial note, in the West on Saturday, there was a horse called King of Light who went 5 from 5. 5 wins in a row, unbeaten, a son of Earthlight. A gelding for Dan Morton. He won the WA Guineas. Looks a really, really smart horse, and looking forward to him in 2 weeks' time contesting the Northerly, where he'll take on, of course, all that, or many of the horses from the railway, the only 3-year-old, the unbeaten 3-year-old taking on the older horses in the Northerly, something to look forward to in 2 weeks' time. Another horse that'll add a lot of interest to the Northerly Stakes in 2 weeks' time is Cosmic Crusader. Of course, he missed a start in the railway on Saturday due to prize money, but the Bob Peters gelding, wow, he was impressive in a stakes race on the card on Saturday. His first stakes race win, his 7th win from just 15 starts. He is a very, very promising horse, particularly consistent at the top level of late, just like the best of his own sire, Morris. Now, that was Morris's 11th stakes winner on Saturday. He's batting at just under 5% stakes winners to runners in Australia, doing a really solid job, Morris. And of course, a horse commercially that has been a little bit hurt of late by having a lack of runners. He, of course, missed that COVID year, which would be now 4-year-olds running for him. Of course, his progeny do improve with age, as Morris did. So right now, he's got 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, yearlings and foals, and of course, stood his 5th season straight here in Australia this season. So expect that build-up of numbers at the higher service fee. I expect we'll see more stake success for Morris going forward, and he's a nice stallion to have on your radar if you're looking for a bit of value at the upcoming yearling sales. 2-year-old results from the weekend of note. Let's go to New Zealand, where De Armas won on debut in the Listed Counties Challenge Stakes for Jono Bennett. Now, Jono said after the race, "I think this is the best horse I've put a saddle on." And Jono, of course, has trained a Group 1 winning 2-year-old in Vespa, so big statement. Filly that was backed in late by Ardrossan, and she jumped, she led, she had a lovely big action, and she drew away in that stakes race on Saturday. She is Karaka Million eligible. I expect she'll be one of the early favourites now for the Karaka Million. She was very impressive, and of course should improve for that run. Young sire Ardrossan doing a terrific job. That's the 7th stakes winner on Saturday from just over 80 runners. So close to that sort of 9% stakes winners to runners, doing a terrific job considering, he came in at such a low fee. He was a horse that, won a stakes race in the Waikato sort of stud colours, their stallion group colours. Didn't win his Group 1, came in at, under 10 grand, I think, in his first season. He's just slowly built his profile, his better mares, his better crops to come now through for him. So keep an eye out for him. He's actually had a Group 3 winner on the same card at Pukekohe there on Saturday too. So congratulations to the team there. Also of note on the commercial side of things from the 2-year-old races over the weekend, Captivant. Congratulations to the team at Kiora. He had his first winner in Vantorix. He did win at Taree, but gee whiz, it was a smart performance, taking on older horses. His first ever start, he just rounded them up and ran away, ears pricked on the line. Looks a really smart horse, an English Classic graduate bred by the McClenachans at Mullaglass. He's out of Miss Laura and a half, the Raging Force. So nicely bred horse. Looks a likely horse on that win. And great to see Jenny Graham back in the winner's circle. Jenny hasn't had a starter since May 2023. So 2 years later, she's got a horse in her care that's got her back enthused and back at the races, which is exciting. From Hong Kong, overnight, Kaying Rising returned to the winner's circle, as did Romantic Warrior. So our Everest winner, the Cox Plate winner, both Hong Kong trained horses, Hong Kong owned horses, back in Hong Kong over the weekend, preparing for, of course, the big December international meeting in Hong Kong. They were first up, both won with real authority. Both horses with huge followings in Hong Kong and globally, and both set up at really intriguing races, taking on sort of more global competition come December. Really exciting stuff to see them back. Finally, and on another positive note, from a sales perspective, on the back of a record 2-year-old sale in New Zealand, on the back of strong and record-breaking yearling mare sales in the US, we moved to Europe last week to Goffs, who had a record turnover in their foal sale, a clearance rate of some 82% for foals, which is really strong considering you can take a foal through that next level, say yearling or even breeze up stage. So people getting what they've regarded as fair money at that Goff sale. So many players at so many levels. So good to see. Real positivity around the industry globally at the moment, and that just bodes well for our Australian yearling sales, which of course kick off 2026 at January on the Gold Coast for Magic Millions, then on to Cracker, and then on to the English Classic sale in early February. All those catalogues now online. They've been released and you can check them out on those respective websites. So much positivity around the game globally. Also, of course, locally, on the back of a huge engagement in the Everest and huge engagement in Melbourne over the Flemington Cup week. All just bodes well for a healthy, positive market come 2026. Well, that's us for this week. A quick recap of all the commercial events and performances that we feel are relevant to you and our thoroughbred industry here in Australia. I hope you enjoyed it. Please keep sending us the feedback. Really appreciate all the notes, all the engagement. Look forward to bringing you some more value going forward.